the guy is living his best life. He's had a fantastic career, we all know. We know Jon's a religious man, so I want to say God bless him moving forward in what he does with his life and his career. And you know, we move on. We move on. The contenders are getting sick of it. Everybody's getting sick of it. Even the fans are getting sick of this stuff. So Jon's retired, and it's time that we move on.
This is the greatest promo I've ever heard. He just announced his nemesis's retirement.
Tom Aspinall is growing frustrated with the stagnation in the UFC heavyweight division, but remains eager to fight anyone, anytime. The interim champion recently voiced his concerns about the division feeling completely stuck. According to Aspinall, many top contenders, such as Cyril Gane, Jilton Almeida, and others, are hesitant to accept fights. Instead, they are waiting to see what unfolds at the top of the division. Everyone hopes to be next in line for a title shot, but few are willing to risk losing their position. This collective hesitation has caused the division's momentum to stall. In contrast, Aspinall is staying active and constantly working to improve. While others remain on the sidelines, he continues to train hard every day, ready for whatever challenge comes his way. His message is clear. He doesn't want to wait around. Aspinall is prepared, motivated, and eager for the opportunity to compete. For him, the solution is simple. He's ready to fight anyone who steps into the cage.
One thing that your division has not done is a great job. The guys haven't done a great job of saying, okay, after Tom and Jon, I'm next. But I assume that Surreal is. I know you and Surreal got some unfinished business. In your opinion, do you think that Surreal is going to get a real good look there, or do you think it could really be Derek or somebody else next for you?
Oh, it could be anybody. The issue is that the other guys don't want to fight anybody because they might be next themselves. They don't know what's going on at the top.
That's the problem.
And no, everybody else is scared to fight. You got Volkov there, you got Cyril Gane there, you've got Almeida there, you've got some other guys under those guys, and nobody wants to make the next move. The division is just completely stuck. And I'll tell you what, I don't know about you guys, I'm sick of this division being stuck. I'm there, I'm active, I'm ready to go, I'm training all the time, I'm getting better and better all the time. Just stick me in, man. I'm ready to fight all.
Additionally, Tom Aspinall made it clear that he's ready to fight anyone in the heavyweight division, and that he's not the one holding things up. When asked by Daniel Cormier whether the top contenders are unwilling to face each other or him, Tom didn't hesitate. "Nobody wants to fight," he said. Aspinall explained that while people outside the cage constantly suggest who he should face next, the reality is he's trying to fight everyone, but keeps getting turned down. He confirmed he's told the UFC he's open to facing anyone, anytime. Aspinall stressed that he has never turned down a fight in his entire career, and the day he does is the day he'll retire. Fighting is his life. It's what he's trained for since he was 10 years old. Now, at 32, with the UFC heavyweight title in his sights, he's more motivated than ever. Above all, he wants one thing: to get in the cage and fight.
Do you think that those guys would fight you if they were offered that, or they're just unwilling to fight each other?
No, nobody wants to fight, man. I'm the only guy who wants to fight in the division. I'm just like, you know, people keep trying to tell me what to do from the outside. You should fight this guy and fight that. Look, I'm trying to fight everybody, man. I'm trying to fight absolutely everybody. Everybody keeps saying no.
So you've essentially told the UFC, I will fight any of them.
I never turned down a frigging fight in my life. Never, and I never will. The day I start turning down fights is the day I'm going to retire.
Yeah.
That's when I start turning down fights. I'm here to fight people, man. That's what I do. That's what I'm put on this planet to do, is to train and fight people. That's what I've wanted to do since I was 10 years old. I've been wanting to be the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion since I was 10 years old, man. I'm 32 now. Like, what are we doing?
Moreover, when Daniel Cormier brought up fans' belief that Jon Jones might be avoiding a fight with him, Tom Aspinall shifted the focus. He questioned why people were still talking about Jon, emphasizing that Jones is retired and no longer part of the active heavyweight picture. Tom made it clear he meant no disrespect. Those who know him personally understand that's not his style. He recalled a comment he'd made in the past, that he would retire Jon Jones without ever fighting him. Reflecting on how things unfolded, Tom said, That's exactly what happened. For him, the chapter with Jones is now closed, and it's time to focus on the future.
What is your thought about people going, well, he's afraid of Tom Aspinall? Like, you don't believe, Tom, that Jon Jones is afraid.
Guys, why are we still talking about Jon? He's retired. He's done. I said a thing a long time ago, and you guys know me personally. I'm not a disrespectful guy.
Yeah, you're not.
But I said a thing a long time ago that I'm going to retire Jon without even fighting him, and
You did.
that's what's happened.
So if you don't know MMA world, sorry to bore you, but Tom Aspinall is UFC's #1 right now. Jon Jones is, he's seen as the best MMA fighter on the planet. Dana White's got a massive for him, says he's unbeatable. Honestly, I think if you put Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall in a room and said one man leaves, I think Tom Aspinall leaves that room. I genuinely do. I think, and I think Jon Jones, I mean, I can't badmouth the guy. He's got an amazing record, but he's definitely ducking Tom Aspinall, 100%. And I think he's even said he doesn't want to fight Tom Aspinall after his next fight. He's pretty much going to retire after this fight, so he's ducking Tom Aspinall.
If I'm Jon Jones, like a lot of people consider him the GOAT, the best fighter ever do it. The next hungry lion is Aspinall. It's probably the toughest fight that he'll have. Like, this guy's the next generation. He's a lot stronger, a lot faster. But I think Jon Jones is good enough to beat him. But it's like, it has to be worth it. The fans are fickle, right? You lose one fight, they're gonna, he sucks. Right? They just care about your last win or your last loss. I think Dana White and them will end up making it. Dana White's a smart businessman. He knows how much money that fight would make. If I'm Jon Jones, you've already done everything in the sport. It's not worth it unless it's that $30 million, $50 million payday. If I'm Jon Jones, I'm picking out Pereira first over Aspinall.
Sounds to me, recently I saw an interview where it said you and Jon are aligned and you guys have decided together to allow for the UFC to tell you what you're doing. Is that true?
Nah, man, Jon's retired. What are we talking about, guys? Jon, you guys don't follow Jon on social media?
I don't follow him on social media. He said that.
No, me too, actually. Me too. But the guy is living his best life. He's had a fantastic career. We all know. We know Jon's a religious man, so I want to say God bless him moving forward in what he does with his life and his career. And we move on. We move on to take on all comers, get this division moving again. Us guys have been waiting around too long. The contenders are getting sick of it. Everybody's getting sick of it. Even the fans are getting sick of this stuff. So Jon's retired and it's time that we move on.
Next opponent for you?
Well, he can fight Almeida first because he refused to fight with me. So now, before he jumps back in and waits for his shot, he can fight Almeida. Them guys can fight and the winner can fight me. Yeah, I'm not a bully. Do you know what I mean? If he doesn't want the fight, I'm not going to try and force it on him. I wanted to go in the cage. The UFC didn't want me to go in the cage. If he wants the fight, he's here. If he doesn't want the fight, we'll see. I know that I'm a bad matchup for
interim champion.
Yeah, it's a lot of that is bull, isn't it? That is not something that I wanted. No, it's not something that I'm not that proud of that one, to be honest. The interim title's nice, but the longest reigning one, I obviously wanted to contend for the undisputed in the time that I've been interim. So
It's coming.
It's coming. The UFC is about one guy being the champion of each division. I defended the interim once already. It's almost unheard of. That it's unprecedented. I thought it was silly the first time, to be honest. The reason that I did it, the first time I fought Curtis Blades, it went down as a loss. I got injured. The worst moment of my career, one of the worst moments of my life. I wanted to redeem myself and get the legit victory against Curtis Blades because it was unfinished business. Like, that was hurting my ego, and I wanted to prove that I was better than Blades, which I did in the rematch, and I defended the interim. Something else, that particular fight was in Manchester, in my hometown. I wanted to fight in my hometown. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to do that again in front of a sold out, brand new Co-op Live arena in Manchester, England. I don't know if I'm ever going to have the opportunity to do that again. So for them two reasons, that's why I defended the interim. I'm not doing it again. Like, I've cleared out the rest of the division, undisputed, and that's it. I deserve a shot at being known as the best heavyweight walking around on planet Earth. It doesn't matter on the...
Here in Los Angeles, we doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. Stay with some bad baby. TGOD, baby, no, that's a gang.
And we'll speak to probably for the
remaining of the year. Jones versus Aspinall, is that sort of the big priority, and you think that's the biggest fight the promotion can put on in 2025?
100%. And I think it's probably the biggest fight in heavyweight history, and it's a massive fight in the history of the company too.
Would you say? Would you guarantee 100% we see that fight?
Yeah, I'll say 100%.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's taking to fight me, and that is where we're at. Like, the UFC tell me, they assure me that they are doing everything they can to make this fight. So it's totally, as far as I'm aware, this is now totally down to Jon Jones and his team to work that out. And I'm literally just waiting for a date. But what's holding it back is the UFC want to make the fight with me and Jon. And as far as I'm aware, it's now about, I don't know, maybe financial or otherwise. I'm not too sure, to be honest, but I'm just waiting for the call right now. So remember what I said quite a while ago now? I will retire Jon Jones without even fighting him. That's something that I said. And Jon, let's do it. If you want to do it, you don't have to ask me twice. If not, I'll fight somebody else for the undisputed belt. Happy to fight anybody, anytime, anywhere.
Paul tweeted that he thinks you should be careful what you wish for, and he'll see you in Paris. How do you think you match up against Cyril?
I better be careful, apparently. Yeah. I think I match up pretty well against him. I think I'm equally as fast as him. I move equally as well. The difference is I can grapple. I've got a lot of power. And I think that's pretty undeniable at this stage of my career. I've got a lot of knockouts on my record, mate. I have to touch you once, and I wasn't even throwing heavy tonight. I thought it was going to be a 5-rounder. I didn't mean to knock him out. I was pretty sure that was going to be a 5-round fight tonight, and just takes one shot, mate. At heavyweight,